Hello everyone, welcome to another video with Cass on the Maizuma channel. This time I want to show you guys a decorative redstone contraption that allows you to turn on a campfire with the click of a button. And also by clicking the button again, it will turn off automatically, so you don't need flint and steel with you all the time. I also added a feature that lets the system detect when it's nighttime. So if I press this button, we get nighttime and the campfire turns on automatically. And when it's daytime again, of course, it will be turned off automatically. So it's a nice way of adding a dynamic element to whatever campsite you're trying to decorate. And I was able to do the detection using this daylight sensor in here. So in case you guys didn't know, those path blocks are actually transparent, so you can have daylight sensors underneath them very easily and nicely hidden, concealed. So let's take a look at the redstone. Oh, but before we do that, there's still another version, and this one is flat with the floor, and you can step on the pressure plate and it will turn off. You can step on basically any of those three pressure plates. The only one that's not going to work is this one right here. If you want, you can also get rid of the pressure plates and have a button right there, and then it works with the button as well. And in this case, of course, I have my fire stick thing turned off, so it won't burn the wood. So yeah, in a regular survival map, you would have to either turn off the fire spread or just use a different material in here. The redstone for the pop-out version of the campfire is not really ready for a tutorial yet. So I'm gonna do a tutorial for the flat version this time. I also want to maybe do a version where it's a seamless thing. So maybe we would have grass here when the system is turned off, and then it will turn into netherrack or a magma block. So you guys let me know in the comments if you want to see a version for this. So for now, we're going to do a tutorial for this version right there. We want to start by having a gap of 3 blocks below the surface level, and then right here we add an observer with a lamp down there, and here we have a dispenser facing upwards, and we need to fill it up with fire charges. Then a sticky piston, you just have to hold shift to place this on top of the other thing in there, and then just a redstone line in here, and this piston is going to activate everything. So in this case, maybe I can break the floor block in there and do it like so, and your input can be right here. Okay, finally we need another sticky piston with a redstone block in there. So that should be it. This is how it looks from the other side, and if you press a button, it turns on, and if you press a button again, it turns off. It won't waste fire charges as well. It only fires when it's strictly necessary. So this is something I made previously, but Minecraft changed all the timings with this thing, so I decided to make a new version using observers, and it's pretty cool. Also cool is if you want to extend the storage, you can just replace those blocks with droppers. Those are not dispensers. Only this block needs to be a dispenser, and then another dropper in there. Place your redstone dust on top again, and as you can see, those droppers are also filled with fire charges. And honestly, you don't need to replace this. This should be something like 1000 or 1700 fire charges in there. And yeah, this is how this thing works. If you want to be able to start this thing from the other spots, as I showed you in the presentation, you can just do this. So solid block and redstone on top of slabs, so this slab won't activate the piston there, and then you can cover this, and all those inputs are going to work. The one on top of the observer block won't work, and it also won't break the system or anything. You can also replace this with netherrack if you want. I'm just using those blocks because they can, the fire will not be extinguished naturally, giving you time to use these things. Now I want to show you how to hook this up to a daylight sensor, so it will activate automatically for you. Okay, we will get rid of this input, and here at the back of this piston, extend 3 blocks and then 4 blocks, so 3 more in each for each of those. So we have a 3x4 platform in there, and diagonal to this piston you can have your daylight sensor. Make sure it's not in this state but rather in this other state. Place a furnace with an item inside. So the item is an unstackable item, so that when you place a comparator here, if you press F3, you will see at the right bottom corner of the screen that it has a power level of 5. Alright? Okay, so make sure to have this on subtraction mode, which means this little light is turned on, and place redstone dust right there. Now you can have a repeater, just like this. And now we need a observer block. One observer block here and another one to the side. And then another solid block in there. Repeater on 3 ticks, solid block, and another piece of redstone dust. So this is how it looks in the end. And to cover everything up, we will use these logs. So just to give it a nice look, I think that if you place buttons on top of those logs, they will not catch on fire, no matter your the state of your fire ticks thing. So yeah, if it looks cool for you, then it works. And when placing grass on top of here, everything will be dark. So this block, at least this block on top of the daylight sensor, needs to be a transparent block. So you can try to add some sort of decoration around here. You can of course also move this detector, this sensor, to another place, so a place far away. You don't need to have it sitting right next to your campfire, and then just hook up this piece of redstone dust to this piston and it will work the same. So now to make sure that this works, I will do a quick time lapse. First of all, I will deactivate this thing. And then I have a command block here just to add time here, and let's see what happens. As you can see, when nighttime comes, it activates as expected. Now you can see the cycle of the moon. Yeah, it's a little bit jerky, but and when daylight comes, then it turns off automatically, as you would expect. So yeah, guys, I think that's it for this tutorial. If you want to see the seamless version or the pop-up version that I showed you guys in the beginning of this video, just leave me a comment. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time, guys. Bye.